Hi, folks. Russ Tippett here again. You know, folks all around this old world are really interested in the Academy for Leadership Abilities. I'm sharing with you this time that in a lot of ways, ALA is a modern day replication of America's historic one room schools. Listen up. I'm going to share with you how that is. Today, Irish Ridge School's been closed for more than 60 years, but it's still hanging on to history through Academy for Leadership Abilities classrooms. In 1855, that school began serving students by giving them the opportunity to learn how to read and write and think and spell and add and subtract, multiply and divide, learn about the foundation of America's history, what this country's all about. Here in Appalachia country, schools were situated within about 2 miles of the residence of the kids because in most cases, those kids had to walk to school. Hard to imagine today, but Irish Ridge served 8 grades in one 20-foot by 24-foot room with a coal burning stove sitting right dab smack in the center of that room. Usually a few kids were in each grade. Some grades had no kids at all in a given year. Other years, a whole bunch of kids attended Irish Ridge at the same time. As families moved away, classes got smaller and smaller, and finally in 1951, with less than a dozen students, Irish Ridge School closed forever. Memories are all that remain of that school building that's of any real value today. Inside the schoolhouse at the front of the room was the slate blackboard over which hung pictures of the United States Presidents George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, both of them looking right down on the students. Students sat by grades with each kid seated in a chair desk that had an inkwell and a slot in the surface of the desk up near the top so the pencil wouldn't roll off the floor. And when it did, boy, it was chaos in that classroom. Each day started with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of America. The teacher worked with each grade as much as she could. Sometimes older kids helped the younger kids. Older kids, almost on a daily basis, recited their lessons out loud about the founding history of America. Today's history is rarely, if ever, taught in public schools, and I personally think that is a giant mistake. Kids today don't know what the foundation of America is. The best time for everyone was a 15-minute recess each morning and afternoon. The teacher could hardly wait to get a breath of fresh air. Noon lunch break was longer so the kids had time to eat before going outside to play and let some of the stink blow off. Each brought a lunch pail of some kind in which there was a sandwich, maybe a piece of fruit that had been grown on the family farm, and a homemade cookie or two, and maybe even a homemade piece of cake. The only drink was water that was brought in a bucket from a nearby neighbor. Dipper was used. Everybody used the same one. Nobody died. After lunch, kickball, kick the can, softball, Red Rover, and similar games were played. Most of those games could be played by all ages at the same time. Too soon for the kids, the bell would signal it's time to get back into the lessons of the day. Many times, some of the kids would bring in wildflowers for their teacher. Can you imagine the harassment kids would get for doing that today? Everybody angry, everybody pointing fingers at each other. We got to get this fixed. Holidays meant a program for kids and friends to show off what the kids had been learning. At the end of each school year, students, former students, Teachers, former teachers, just about anybody and everybody close by the neighborhood gathered for the community big dinner event. Always lots of great food, great fun, all kind of gossip, people reminiscing. Everyone over ate. Volleyball game. Some adults pitched horseshoes. School was finally out for the year. Great day for everybody. Great visit. What great memories. Effectively, everyone of all ages was learning the same subject matter at the same time in the same place in Irish Ridge School. In principle, classroom operations for modern day Academy for Leadership Abilities is very similar because it really does work. Stay close. I'll be sharing more about ALA a little time later. Keep smiling. You already know, don't you? See you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, my little blonde girlfriend, my golden retriever, Poxy, she's laying right here at my feet. She just looked up as if to say, don't you forget to tell them people I said hi and see you later also. So here goes. See you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.